Hey students, in this video I'm going to go over slope, and we start by going over Mr. Slope Guy. Mr. Slope Guy is a face of a guy created by the slopes, the four types of slopes. We have an eyebrow going up, that is for the positive slope. We have an eyebrow going down from left to right, and that's the negative slope. We also have a line going up and down straight vertically as his nose, with a little U at the bottom representing undefined slope. And then the mouth is a straight horizontal line representing zero slope. So you have dimples as zeros. So what we will have, and then on the other side is the written version of what I just explained. Here's the Hoy-Bucks acronym, where if you refer to it, it can help you identify which slope goes to which based on horizontal lines or vertical lines. So H, Hoy, stands for H, horizontal line. And horizontal lines have zero slopes. That's what the O stands for. And all horizontal lines are written as Y equals a number or a constant. So to visualize that, first of all, horizontal is going left and right. And what this means is that you have a set of points that all the Y values are the same. Let's say I have 3, 5, 2, 5, 1, 5. The way we will plot that is by sketching 3 on the X, 5 on the Y. 2 on the X, 5 on the Y. 1 on the X, 5 on the Y. So if you notice, it created this horizontal line touching when Y equals 5. So that's the visual of this. Bucks is the opposite. So Hoy is for horizontal, Bucks is for vertical lines. And the vertical lines is like the nose of Mr. Slope Guy. So vertical lines have undefined slope. And what that looks like in an equation is x equals a number or a constant. So just to sketch vertical lines, they go up and down. And an example will be a set of points where the x value is the same number. So like 3, 2, 3, 5, 3, 7. If we sketch that, we will have 1, 2, 3 for the x, 2 for the y, 3 for the x, 5 for the y, and then 3 for the x, 7 for the y. So it creates that vertical line when x equals 3. All right. Using that foundation, let's go over the basics again. The slope is going to be found by identifying the letter M. Anytime you see the letter M, the slope represents the change of the line, the change of y over change of x. So change of y over change of x creates a ratio that gives you the steepness of a line. It's a measure of steepness. Anytime you see a number for the slope of 3, slope of negative 1/3, that's a measure of steepness of a line. So the way we write that ratio is by looking at the vertical change, which is your y values, compared to the horizontal change, which is your x values. So you're looking at the change of y, the vertical change, over the change of x, which is the horizontal change. This little triangle, by the way, the little triangle represents change, like replacing the word change. Another version of seeing this slope, we can say rise over run. How much does it rise? Does it go up, positive, or down, negative? And then how much does it run? Does it run to the right side, positive, or does it run to the left side, negative? So this is a glimpse or an idea preview of what it will look like to do rise over run. Here's a point. Rise over run. Here's a point. So from there we have fourth types of slopes. We have the slope that goes up, that will be positive. We have the slope that goes down, so that's negative. We have the slope that's flat, meaning like the floor we walk in, that's zero steepness. There's no steepness. And then we have the walls, like the vertical lines, the walls, the doors. This will be an undefined slope. And then just again, reiterating, the zero slope is the horizontal line, and the undefined slope is the vertical line. So it's just quickly writing Hooy-Bucks to remember these two. Here's some examples of how to find slope given a graph. You need 2 points to calculate that rise over run. If you don't have the 2 points, you just have a line with arrows, and your job is to find those 2 points. So I'm just gonna go over a couple of examples so you can try the others on your own. So the first one here, we have a point right here. And just to write down that number, it's gonna be -4, +3. So that's a -4, and that's a 3. Here we have a x value of 2 and the y value of -1. So this right here is a 2 and this is a -1. So we need to count how much are we moving from this point to that point. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. That way we can get to that line right there. So it's 4 spaces down. So that's -4 because we went down. And then from this right here, we're going to move to the right to this point. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go to the right 6 spaces. So when you put this together as a rise over run ratio, we're going to have -4/6. And this fraction needs to be simplified. So it's going to be -2/3. This is the slope for this line. It's down 2, run 3. Down 2, run 3. Down 2, run 3. So notice how those points all merged and matched that line. Let's do another example, but without points. So for example, this line is just a line with arrows at the end. So we gotta look carefully for pretty points, like a student mentioned earlier. We look at how it's touching exactly at -2 on the y-intercept. And then if we look for other pretty points, it looks like it's also touching at 5 on the x-axis. So if we're counting how much it rises, it's going to go 1, 2, so 2 up. And then from here across, we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To write the slope, we do rise over run. And in this case, it's going to be 2/5. So that's the measure of steepness. This is learned through practice, so I hope this video helps you understand how to find slope from a graph. I'm going to make another video explaining how to find slope given 2 points, given a table, and then just how to apply that in a real world situation. So watch the next video if you're interested.